really beautiful. And to look back on pictures of things like flowers, trees, and it's a good feeling, yeah. I've heard the saying before, growing up, if you feel a bit down, go for a walk. And it's good to find out what other people and seeing them enjoy it as well. Some keen photographers and filmmakers even, making some of the short films was great all in. At the beginning I thought, oh, what's this, what is this going to be like? But the more you sort of took part in roles you had to play, etc., it became very, very interesting and fun. Making the films and that, and talking about them afterwards with everybody who was involved has been really good, and seeing how much they've enjoyed it and that as well. I know more now about how to work cameras. I'm a lot more patient now, in the form of being filmed, even though if I have to do the same thing, over and over again, I'm a lot more patient than I probably would have been in the past. I've always liked to have my picture taken. The pictures at the exhibition were fantastic. There was a picture of nearly everyone who'd taken part. A lot of them that were taken of the people that were involved, they seemed to get their expression correct. Maybe the way they're thinking inside and things like that. So yeah, the pictures were wonderful. One of myself is a picture of me, and I'm kind of in a proud stance, as much as here I am now, I've been through a lot and I've been through the other end, and you never go through anything like that and not learn something. And doing the voice of scenes helped as well, yeah. And the exhibition turned out to be great, great success, with many people turning up. I feel back to the way I used to be, before I became unwell. Actually, if I'm being honest, I feel a bit better, even better. And it's showing that you can get better. You don't have to be like this for the rest of your life. I do a lot more at the Haven now. I'd never even, when I first met the two people in question who was on about at the Haven doing peer support, I never in my wildest dreams thought, that I would come as far as doing peer support myself there now, doing befriending, and being trustee on the committee. All things that I really like, enjoy, and things that I've sort of always wanted to do all my life anyway, because I've always wanted to work with people.
Hello, my name's Steve. I'm from Dundee. 9 years. Well, I heard about it quite a few times, as far back as 15 years ago, from friends who eventually attended a few years before I did, and it was a charity and it was nothing to do with the NHS, because it was an NHS outpatient centre, primarily for site teams and dispensing medication. So that's how I first heard about it. And just shortly after the death of my mother, I came here and met Pat, and a whole different, introduced it in her voice, and a whole different method of viewing reality in the world, and for the experience of voice hearing, vision seeing, otherwise known as paranoid schizophrenia and bipolar. A dictionary definition literally meaning place of safety or refuge in times of trouble. The original ethos of this place and the concept in which it was created upon, definitely been a haven many, many times. Currently is right now. It's the first time I was actually able to participate, take part properly in the photography, and I've always been interested in art, film, photography, all the arts. Pretty passionate about the arts, so if it wasn't for Angie, I would have nothing, so it's been fantastic. A lot of walking and hiking, walking around the place, the town, and around and about you. I think a lot of good places for photography. I learned tremendous lot, like first starting off how to work a digital camera or a camera. Well, actually taking part in one place is taking photographs, and that was fantastic, and I do experience, heartily recommend it to anybody. Like I say, I like a lot of the outdoors and going about and walking and hiking and stuff, and Angie chose some great locations and places to show and use different camera techniques, which they had there for, prior to had no knowledge of. So it was a steep learning curve, and it was excellent. We all had frame photos in the exhibition at the university building on the Westport. It was good. It was a good laugh. To say Haven is a great place to come for recovery, and it's the kind of place. It was the first time I ever heard the word recovery. Was at the Haven, after spending 10 years before I came to Haven. The concept of recovery was never discussed with NHS staff. I'm not putting them down on, they are what they are, they do what they do, but the concept of recovery was really never discussed, or I never even heard of the concept of people like me getting recovery. Basically I was told, take your medication, that's you till you die, that's it. And the hallucinations to everybody else, but to the person experiencing them, they're all too real. And like I said, I didn't express myself, I didn't draw great poetry. Never done poetry in my life till a couple of years ago. Kevin McCabe's creative writing. I'd say definitely I cut off that, because the only thing I did was teaching myself guitar. Cutting off your creative side is very bad for the psyche, for the mind in general. The most common form of controlling or dealing with mental illness is isolation. People most commonly, when they suffer psychosis, depression, any kind of mental illness, isolate themselves and their friends, family and so on. They're not understood, and their behaviour might be aberrant and noticed and not wanted, or being the old ignorance is bliss. People get scared and what they don't understand, what they don't know, and this increases isolation. So a sense of community can be vital. It can be the difference between life and death. The stigma I've endured for the last 18 years, but particularly the last 8, has been concentrated, and that's a major stumbling block. Just as bad as the condition itself as the reaction or reception or treatment that you receive from the community at large. Because there's always people that are suffering or just ignorant, and so they're always looking for somebody to look down upon. Whereas life, there's hope, there's always hope. And nobody wants pity. Sympathy might be useful, but empathy is the best thing. And try and treat people as you would have treating yourself, and patronising condescension does not work, and it'll just create the reverse psychology. It'll just create the opposite in a person. It'll just create discontent and distrust. So I'd say just be genuine and be down to level, stare, don't look up, don't look down, and just be on a even level. Equality is the main thing, regardless sex, age, condition of that, is equality. And dispense with the fear and the negativity and the ignorance.
There's so much point to it.
It's annoying being serious all the time, isn't it? So
yeah.
You've just got to be a bit, it's crazy down here.
The most annoying thing is that you don't react.
What?
You've never.
Hi, my name is Ed and I come from Dundee. I've been going to the Haven for 9 years now as a volunteer. I've done a number of different things over time. Most recently I've been doing social media. I really enjoyed the whole concept of the movie. I enjoyed seeing the movie come together, be filmed and edited completely within the space of 2 days, which was really impressive. I found the hardest thing was actually keeping a straight face, where I was playing this guy who, being built up as some kind of trumpet playing genius, I'm actually just this guy who's enthusiastically playing a comedy horn. I was like honking a comedy horn, like kind of, and thinking that I've got an amazing future as this hugely talented musician. I enjoyed the positivity and the productivity of it over those 2 days. That was a lot of fun. I am a self-taught photographer. I discovered it completely by accident, really. I started doing live music photography. It was at that point also that I realised the importance of photos for promotional purposes in social media, and the power that social media can have in promoting and helping strengthen a cause eventually led me to believe that social media for the Haven would be a really good and really helpful thing, which is what I've been working on for nearly a year now. Being involved with the Haven has helped me to dovetail some of the skills that I have, like my knowledge of photography, my knowledge of social media, the Voices to be Heard exhibition. My contribution was to be in one of the photos that was displayed, and also to photograph the exhibition and share the photos on social media, both before and during the opening night, which was great to see. It was great to see that. It was great to see the reaction to the social media. I'm a great believer that there's also a mental health spectrum that we're all on. We're all somewhere on this mental health spectrum. It's important to bear that in mind, and it's also important to bear in mind that nobody has perfect mental health. People assume it's ill health. It's a different state of health, and that's it, basically. Attaching unfair labels to this mental health is only going to increase the unfair suffering of those who have experienced the mental health that is being unfairly judged. And it's important that over time that we continue working to remove this stigma, and that we continue working to increase awareness and acceptance of all mental health. If there's one lesson that I've learned from my time at the Haven so far, then that would be it, I would say.
Good evening, it is now 8 o'clock and it's time to hand you over to an exclusive with Patsy McChattery interviewing her special guest, Crazy Sam.
Good afternoon, Crazy Sam. Thank you for inviting me this evening to this disused underground bunker.
You're welcome.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, pretty good. I like bunkers.
Good, that's good. I heard that you recently left prison after a 30-year sentence, however. Less cheerful. How was prison?
It was okay. It was my home for a long time. It was my kingdom.
Awesome. Awesome. What was your crime, if you don't mind me asking?
This and that and a bit of the other.
I see. If you could say anything whatsoever, or to anything at all to the detective who convicted you, what would it be?
Be seeing you.
Oh, ominous. Well, are you still in contact with your old right-hand man, Billy No-Mates?
Yeah, he's not about much since he lost his right arm. He's my left-hand man now.
I see.
He had an unfortunate accident.
Did he now?
Yeah,
Oh,
me.
very unfortunate indeed.
No.
Oh. Well, what are your plans now?
A few people I'd like to get in contact again to recap old acquaintances.
Old memories.
Mm.
Do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming to this evening.
You're welcome. in due time, well, I'm sure.
Sounds ominous.
Not for me.
It could be from anyone.
That should be quite exhilarating.
And after the ad, we will be back with a friend of Crazy Sam's who he's had a crush on for over 20 years, and she is the blonde bombshell. Thank you.
Hello. Hi. So you're Crazy Sam, huh?
As far as I know.
Oh, okay. Well, you're nothing like your picture.
Well, it doesn't put tougher, didn't it, I could say.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I guess how was prison?
It was home.
It was home. I suppose it would be. So have you been up to much, or
Nothing good.
nothing good? No. Oh, okay. So why did they call you Crazy Sam then?
Yeah, you got to find that out when you get to know me.
Oh, okay. That's exciting. Well, I guess, do you want to go on a date sometime? Or
Yes, of course.
where would you like to go?
Somewhere exhilarating.
Cool. Why not? Do you have any favorite places or food you would like to go? Or?
Somewhere dark.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued. I do love a bit of mystery in a man.
Please.
And next we have here is an old school friend of Crazy Sam's, Billy No Mate.
Oh, there. Oh. Long time no see.
Yeah.
I heard you had a bit of a nasty accident on your right arm.
Yeah, it's only a bit floppy now.